This dude's whole bed is crooked, bro. Oh my gosh. It is so lopsided. Welcome back to another video here on Loud and Proud. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry this video is posting a little later than my normal 11:30 a.m. schedule, but we're still making it up here today. Anyways, we got the 7.3 Power Stroke back and it looks great. So of course this is a super good and amazing moment because a lot of people were waiting to see this truck back from the paint booth without all the chips on it. And here it is, and it looks so amazing. Miguel, my paint guy, you do amazing work. Super great work. Look at this thing. No more paint chips. He did both the doors, pretty much the whole cab. I mean, he pretty much repainted the entire cab. And then in terms of the bed, what he actually ended up doing was he masked it off right at the crease, and then he just did the whole top section of the bed all the way around because, of course, this was somebody's work truck at one point, so it had, you know, scratches and chips and stuff all over the top of the bed rails on each side. He redid the whole tailgate, and then, of course, he did this side as well. And then, also, I don't know how many of you guys remember when I did the first video ever with this truck. The truck was actually starting to get some rust all throughout here, and he redid all of that. It looks absolutely amazing. No more rust, no more chips, no more just old truck stuff, you know, that you get with paint. I mean, the thing looks absolutely outstanding. Super happy with how it turned out. No more chips on the fenders. The whole hood got stripped down and redone, of course. No more chips on the hood. No more chips down here on this lower panel right here, of course, below the grill, because that was really bad. I showed that to you guys multiple times and how that needed redone. Well, he redid pretty much the entire cab, and it's not cheap to do that, but I wasn't going to give somebody a truck that had a bunch of paint chips on it. However, the reason I even bought this truck, I wasn't worried about the paint. I was worried about the fact that other than that little bit of surface rust inside that driver's side door, there was no body rust anywhere on the truck. And there's really no frame rust either. So it was really just so clean. And I'm like, you know what? I have a great paint guy. Even though it's just some paint chips, he can fix that no problem, and he did. And so, of course, I'm absolutely stoked. And another thing I want to mention to you guys is that the giveaway for this truck ends on September 9th. Maybe a lot of you guys are stopping in newer from seeing the WhistlinDiesel trucks on the channel, and now you're tuning in for the first time. We give away trucks every month. This is the one we're giving away this month. It's a low mileage 7.3 Power Stroke. It's a 1997, so it's one of the most desirable 7.3s, and it comes on either these wheels and tires or some 24x14 American Force wheels on 35x15 50s. If you want those, that's just your option between these wheels and tires and those other ones. And also, the truck comes with $5,000 cash. And entering to win our trucks is super simple. You just go to our website, which is lnpgear.com, or we leave a link in the description so you don't have to go looking for it. And then every order that you place gets you entries to win the trucks. So in terms of the 7.3, this is all I'm going to be doing on this thing today. However, I'm thinking about in the next video, we got some other stuff we're going to be doing too, but I thought one of the things I could do is do a bed liner in this truck as well. It takes a long afternoon to do it. You got to pressure wash it, prep it, all this other stuff, but it would be worth doing on this truck just because the bed doesn't have a bed liner in it, and I feel like that's just one of those nice little features that makes the bed look complete. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like it makes the bed look complete. And then once the bed liner's done, of course, we could always just lay this rubber mat back on top so that way you don't ruin the finish of the bed liner too quick. So apparently this little bugger got out of the fencing when we were out of town this past weekend, and I kind of thought to myself, I'm like, eventually this donkey is gonna get out of this fence, because I'm like, he's gonna realize one of these days that this fencing is so spaced out, because it's just for horses, of course, and look how small he is. He could just walk right through it. So I get a phone call from my brother. He's like, dude, your donkey's running around on the road. And then it's just, yeah, it was not cool. Nobody got hurt, but it could have gone very bad. Let's just say that. Everything's all good. I had him throw up some fencing here since we were out of town. I said, hey, throw up some fencing along that railing so that he doesn't get out again. But we're just gonna have to prepare better next time. But for now, this is gonna be fine. And he's still in here, and he's still kicking. So that's good, I guess. And for everybody wanting an update on the 3rd gen dually, basically I'm just waiting on the part. So we ordered the part for this truck. Hopefully it's the right one. I just kind of ordered one for 2010 thinking this should work. It looked identical to the part that we took off. As long as that's the correct part, it should be here pretty much today or tomorrow, and then we should be able to get that installed on the truck and get it back together so we can actually film the videos with this truck that I was wanting to. So hopefully that goes smooth, and then we can get this thing back on the road. We are on our way to my parents' property to hopefully trim some limbs. So we have this spot. Reagan and I actually went out last night to just have some ice cream and do some deer spotting for an hour, the last hour of daylight, and we ended up seeing 8 bucks and 4 does in that last hour of daylight, and so we're super excited. However, one of the stands that we have to have prepared that we haven't really gotten to yet is a pine tree stand right on this pond edge. And why we need to have it ready is because a lot of times these deer will feed across this field and come right below this stand to get some water after feeding. The stand currently has 2 big limbs, and even last year once I set the stand up, I never came back to trim the limbs because I never thought that stand was really going to be that great. I just thought if I was in a pinch getting into the stand late, it might be a good spot to get into really easy since it's really close to the barn. But this year with the new change in crops and logging and all this stuff, for whatever reason they're really liking this location. So we're gonna have the stand ready. We're gonna have to trim these 1 or 2 limbs and have it prepped so it's good to go for the deer season starting in just 2 weeks for us. We're at the spot where we're gonna trim these limbs, and if you can see up here, it's kind of hard to get into that second stand over there. I mean, it's a pain in the butt. So what we're gonna do, I just trimmed up a bunch of this crap in front of this ladder because we never used this stand. Actually, you hunted it one time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Best experience ever?
Never saw anything.
Never saw anything. I told him, I said out of this stand we saw, not out of the stand, but this location, we were just parked over there, we saw 8 bucks last night. So I said this stand's gonna actually be good this year, but make sure you grab all of the poison oak on your way up. They call me Paul Bunyan. Just a little slower at cutting stuff. And that's the one that wasn't scared. You show him that thing. He was standing right where that thing fell. He almost got clocked, bro. Oh, that would have been so bad. Much better. Now the deer can see us all the way across the field. That is going to put a wrap on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do not forget that if you want to enter to win this 1997 7.3 Power Stroke plus $5,000 cash, every order placed at lmpgear.com gets you more entries towards winning this truck and the $5,000 cash. Not only that, you get the option between 24-inch American Force wheels or the 16x10s. And on top of that, every single order gets cash. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.